his business was not doing well. I'll give you a little bit of backstory on this shop because it is kind of important. Long-time shop. My client has not rented the whole time, but this shop has been there for a long time. Probably doing about $2 million a year or so before all of this, and a very, very loyal customer base. This client is probably one of my more numbers-focused clients. So, as you can tell, this is something that kind of comes from like an accountant's mind. So when he told me what he did, I said, wow, I love that. And with his permission, said, let me share this with other people. What he did here, and I recommend everyone to do this, and it's a great time of the year to do this, was to kind of recap his previous year numbers. We've already done those, right? You went down, you did the sales, you did the gross profit, right? Now, like a lot of you, his overhead was actually up a good bit during COVID, and maybe is still today, because we saw and are still seeing sky-high inflation prices. And then obviously if sales are down, gross profit is down, and expenses are up, what do you think that his profit looked like? It was way down, right? So my client, as some of you might find out pretty quickly here, knew that he did not have all the answers, right? Numbers don't lie, but they often don't tell the entire story, right? So what he figured out is this. He has a basic premise or a basic idea of what his customers look like, and I hope you do as well. So this is a local shop here. It's a European shop, not necessarily European, but I would say, tend towards the European market on this while still doing domestic. Probably a more middle to upper class client base. And obviously being where he is, a large concentration on government employees and government contractors. So he talked to his client during COVID. All of his clients have money, right? None of these people were laid off. A lot of them were not working, but still getting paid. All of my customers still have a job, right? This is 2020. These are government employees, right? Of course they still had a job. 2025, again, you might see where this episode is going. And all of my customers are working remotely, right? And that was the big thing for this area, is what he found out is, hey, all of my customers have more money than they ever have, which should be a good thing for my business. All of my customers still have a job, but they aren't necessarily going into their job, so they have more free time. This is, again, should be a good thing for my business. Oh, I'm not driving, right? I'm full remote. My car hasn't left the driveway for weeks. So once he talked to a couple clients, he realized, oh, I have a big issue here and I need to figure out more, right? I still know these people are not driving, but I don't know how, when, why, how much less, and what I can do to change it.